A bill that would allow Indiana families to use some of their tax dollars to fund private education has passed the state Senate.
News Channel 18's Kristen Majorano asked local lawmakers whether they support the legislation. Kristen?
Jeff, Gina, both Republican State Senator Ron Alting and Democratic State Representative Sheila Clinker say it's not the right time to introduce a voucher system to Indiana, especially as local schools are already pinching pennies. Alting says the current budget proposal would reduce funding for school corporations to the levels of the 2003-2004 school year. He says that means West Lafayette schools would see cuts of $700,000 a year, Lafayette schools would be cut up to $2.5 million a year, and the Tippecanoe School Corporation would be cut about $3.5 million each year.
The question is not whether or not are you an advocate of the voucher system, but can public education afford it and taxpayers afford the most open enrollment of a voucher system in the United States of America?
I really think it's a very difficult time to pass anything new.
State Senator Ron Alting and State Representative Sheila Clinker agree the state cannot afford a school voucher bill. Alting says he tries to make decisions with business and finance in mind, and he says any knowledgeable businessman wouldn't invest in something new if he was still in financial hot water.
And it's quite obviously we can't pay and have not paid for what we've got for quite a few years while trying to dig our way out of this recession.
Alting says Tippecanoe County school systems can't afford to have any more money siphoned away, though he says a voucher bill is likely to pass the General Assembly and be signed into law by the governor. Lafayette School Corporation Superintendent Ed Eiler says his concern is that over several years the legislation will diminish resources and students from public schools. It's a concern shared by some lawmakers.
Are you worried about the future of our schools?
I am. I'm extremely worried about it. As I just mentioned, when you study the facts that I just presented on the cuts in school corporations, how could you not be concerned about the future of public education?
There are fears out there that we just haven't had in the past with both public school administrators as well as teachers. They're very fearful of what is to come.
And Republican State Representative Randy Truitt voted in favor of the House version of this school voucher bill, but he says he wasn't, quote, jumping up and down about it. Truitt says he thinks it will have more of an effect in poorer areas of the state where students don't have any other choices, and few in our area will take advantage of the legislation. However, he says he will have to look closely at the Senate amendments before approving the bill. Again, Kristen Majorano, News Channel 18.